Welcome back to episode 11 of Sox and Four podcast. Like always, we are presented by Ride the Wave Media, and we are sponsored by 1-100. Like we say every week, 1-100 is the only online raffle website giving fans and experience seekers the chance to win tickets to live sporting events, concerts, music festivals, and more. Like it's only baseball season now, strictly Red Sox season, all Sox. You want to go to a Sox game, don't have a lot of money, why not buy a $1 ticket, try to get a Sox ticket, win a raffle? Who knows? 1-100, you have 1-100 chance of winning. Why as well throw a buck here and there instead of paying the ridiculous Fenway prices. Whether it be from your desktop or mobile device, winning tickets to your favorite event has never been so easy and fun. Choose your desired event, purchase a raffle ticket into the draw, and you can be the lucky winner. I say this all the time, every single week. Some dude literally bought a $1.40 ticket from 1-100, got $1,400 worth of seats for a game, won of the Stanley Cup final. That's how great these seats are. You're not going to be in the balconies. You're not going to be, you need binoculars to go see a game. You're going to have great seats, cheap ticket price, and it's fun. If you win a raffle, this is kind of cool. Anyways, today there's 5 of us. 4 of them MLB guys. We got me, Adam, Dylan, and Alex. We are joined by none other than the Spike King.
What up? I forgot to bring my pink hat today.
Yeah, there we go.
I thought I got all dressed up for you guys. The Sox and Four podcast. Yeah, making my second appearance out here for Ride the Wave Media finally.
Yeah. Rumors swirling that Spike King, GRD, and I will be starting a podcast soon. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. But anyways, we're going to the Sox season, like we just mentioned. Strictly MLB season now that the Blues and Raptors won the titles. A lot of Sox talk coming up. For the millionth time we've said this, Sox are back. I'm sure next week we're going to say what's wrong with the Sox. But let's have an optimistic show for once. I think we've been bashing these guys a little too much lately. Every single show we have, everyone bashing the bullpen. Dylan not happy with whatever. Adam, a big Cincy guy, and Alex trying to keep everyone level-headed. So, yeah, Sox, 6 straight winners. We swept the Orioles, took a game against who we faced? Oh, Minnesota last night, 2-0 victory. So, anyways, yeah, Sox, pretty good right now. Thoughts?
Well, I'm not going to bring out my bullpen trash can this week, although the bullpen was pretty garbage on Father's Day. I think last night they sort of redeemed themselves with finishing up the game with the last 2 innings when Rick Porcello got pulled after a beautiful 7 innings. So I'm pretty happy with the bullpen. I can't complain. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I have a quick thing. Why – there has to be so many better options to come in a 1-0 game than Colton Brewer. Cora could not have called up the bullpen and said, I want Brewer. That could not, if it was terrible decision. I mean, it worked out in the end, but we have what? We have Walden, we have Workman. Who else? We got Hembry's pitching the lights out, but instead you go for, maybe it's a test the bullpen opportunity. But when I came home, I think I caught the last 4 innings of the game last night after work. And I was like, why? What is he doing out here? For the longest time, I also thought his name was Ryan Brewer. I'm like, I totally forgot his first name. That's how pointless he is to this staff.
Yeah, I mean, definitely risky putting in Colton Brewer there. But I think Alex Cora, with the way the bullpen's been pitching so far this year, you just put anyone in at this point. See what happens.
Yeah, get a 1-100 raffle ticket to pitch the 7th inning of a Sox game.
Well, I think last week we touched on it that everyone's sort of pitching on and off, and I think Alex Cora is just playing all his options. Hembry's out, hurt, and he was our only go-to solid guy. Matt Barnes and Brazier were sort of on and off in the 9th inning. We weren't sure who we were going to go to, so he's just playing out all his options and seeing who he has when it comes down later this season. So.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing. Middle of the year, kind of getting your guys some work, especially with how the bullpen, like you said, Alex, has been going, or Dylan. I don't know that necessarily you want to just throw anyone out there. We're not there yet. But, I mean, these guys are still major league pitchers, still major league, bullpen players. They need to go out there and do their job. If somebody tells you, you're getting the last inning, nobody's really stepped up and has kind of claimed the title of their own. So who knows? There might be a gem.
Could be like not
weeds,
being
right?
able to step up though. Like you have no idea when you're gonna come into pitch. Like this is a bullpen by committee, really, like closed by committee.
Mhm.
You have no idea, like, oh, like ninth inning's my inning or eighth inning's my inning. I'm gonna be a setup guy. It's basically just like spin a wheel and whoever it lands on, that's who Cora is gonna pick to come out of the pen.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's doing. I think we have to keep in mind that
There's a literal wheel.
Baltimore win the extra innings. You're going to have a long series against Minnesota. Price is pitching tonight, so who knows how long he's going to go. So I think Cora in the back of his mind, he's got to think, hey, I got to save some of these arms, especially because we used a lot of them against Baltimore the day before. So, like I said, tonight think about. So
Is he frozen for anyone else?
Yeah.
All right, we're in. I thought that was just on my end.
right. I'm looking at my Wi-Fi like, wait. What?
All right, Spike, we need to hear some of your valuable Red Sox insight on what this bullpen's been.
Well, you know what? It all comes down to this. I don't want to talk about the bullpen. I don't want to talk about pitching. I don't want to talk about hitting. You know what I want to talk about right now?
Steroids.
Winning. The city of Boston, they just lost Game 7 Stanley Cup. The Red Sox are there saying, hey, you know what? Come watch baseball. We're finally going to start being relevant again. You guys are all going to start watching us. They won 6 in a row. They're against the Twins, who are the best team in the American League. This is the time of the, listen, I said this on the Boston Power Hour. You want to talk baseball to me? Talk at the end of July. Talk to me at the trade deadline when they start making the playoff push. But they've been inconsistent the entire year. But this is a great way to just say to the fans, hey, listen, keep believing in us. We'll get our shit together. We're going to pick it up. Don't worry about us. So they're going to the Minnesota again tonight. Get another 2 W's out there. Win 8 straight. And then go out to who they play next, Toronto. So just keep winning. It doesn't matter how you do it, just win. I think yesterday was a great team win. I watched a little bit of the game last night. I barely do that, but I watched some of the game last night. That's a good team win. It's a good team win out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never really thought of just running the just keep winning play. Like this is why you're on the show.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't just kept winning all season. They've been losing.
Yeah,
they've been inconsistent. Is this the longest win streak that they've had this year so far?
Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah,
we officially made it to 2 hands to count.
Yeah. So you know what? It is what it is. It's a long, grueling season. And we'll see what happens with the bullpen. But don't talk to me until I'm only here to just kind of see what's going on, what you guys do. And I need to catch up on my baseball knowledge. But just win, baby, win, man. If you win games, you get to go to the playoffs. And if you win playoff games, you get to win a championship.
You get to go ride around in a duck boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How considerate of them that they knew the Celtics had a playoff push, the Bruins had a playoff push. Like, hey, let's give them the limelight. Like, we don't need to be winning a bunch of games. We could just kind of wait until it's baseball season. I never thought about it.
They mailed it in. And they're just like, you know what? No one's going to watch us. Oh, shit. All right, everything else is over. People are going to actually watch Nesson. Oh, shit, the Spike Kings.
The viewership ratings went up.
The Spike King's on Ace Ticket on Nesson. We got to make sure that we're pleasing him when he watches himself on there.
Let's start winning.
No, I'm fine with that strategy. But in terms of like bullpen, they've been kind of turning around. Starting pitching, minus the price, like, I don't know, like 14 pitch start. They've been unbelievable. Sale, Erod, Price, studs.
I was just going to bring that up. I'm hoping David Price is a lot better outing tonight. I don't know. We need a score update soon because I haven't seen any of the game yet. But
every time we do a score update, we're getting shelled. So,
yeah, so maybe
everything.
Maybe we'll skip the score update.
All right,
tonight,
no score update. Score update 0-0 bottom of the second. So we're not getting killed.
All right.
Good thing too about them just winning. They're actually beating the teams now that they should be beating. Like, so the Orioles, they go out and they sweep them. That's what they should be doing, right?
They swept the Royals.
They swept the Royals. They swept the Royals. Other than that, they're splitting. Well, they didn't split with the Yankees. Yankees, great team right now. Rays, solid team. I don't know why, but they are. Twins, good team. Rangers are playing really well. Actually, pretty sure the Rangers have a decent record too. So another good team. But but they're beating the teams that they're supposed to.
We talked about this a while ago. I think 2 episodes ago. Like their record isn't great, but they're sort of doing their job. Like we said, you beat the teams you need to beat, and you hang with the good teams.
And they're not playing bad baseball
process right now. Yeah, they're playing pretty good baseball with a couple bad games here and there.
Yeah,
but like you need to contend with the good teams. You find out like what you need to work on as the season goes against these good teams. You're not getting shelled by any of them. You're not getting just
which is right now.
rinsed.
Which is right now against the Twins. You go into the series and you sweep them. You just prove to everybody out there in American League, all right, the Sox are there. Because then now they have to play Toronto next series, and Toronto's 26-46. You should be able to sweep them too. Now you're right back at the top. Now you're right back at the top of the food chain.
And despite the Orioles being like a terrible baseball team, they gave the Sox a lot of trouble. Like the early in the
that's
season.
exactly what I was going to say. Is I think that sweep was bigger than the Royals sweep, is because the Orioles have given us trouble early on in the season. And you knew you were playing on the road, and the team that's in last place, despite giving you trouble early, you really needed to go and win all 3 of those games. So, I mean, I think Sunday's game in extra innings was huge.
Yeah, I was at a restaurant. Shout out Mill and Wharf. Never know if anyone's been there, but pretty cool. And I was like just watching at the bar, and it was like, what? I think that one inning, I think they had 3 home runs. It was Martinez, Chavis, and JBJ, I believe. So like the offense is obviously there. We were talking about how they kind of score in spurts. I'll take a spurt any single day of the week.
Oh yeah, I was watching MLB Network earlier, and the Red Sox so far in June, they're like 3rd or 4th on the list with the most runs for the month so far. So the offense is definitely there. Yeah, it all comes down to the pitching. So
they're 5th in batting average, they're 5th on base percentage, and they're 5th in runs. Like they're there. So
they have the best offense in the league. This is what we should expect the offense to do. It's just need the pitching to go hand in hand with that.
It doesn't matter if they're in sport or they're doing in spurts, especially in baseball, it's not, it starts to matter when the spurts start to affect of, can you get that 1 run in from the man on second, game on the line? Are you able to do what you need to do to get that 1 run in to win the game? That's when it's a problem, when the spurts are, okay, they score in the beginning, but they're not scoring at the end. It's, at that point, it's not a big deal. But if you can't get that 1 run to win the game, then it's like, all right, now we have an issue. Why, as the game goes on, do you disappear, or vice versa?
This past few games that we were talking earlier episodes, how they don't have a lot of 9th inning runs, 8th inning runs, but they wanted extras. I think they had 5 runs in the extras. Was it Father's Day?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, you were at the game, Alex. So you can touch on that in a second. And then last night against the Twins, 1-0. You go into the 9th, you score a run, extends the lead to 2 runs. But like, hey, I'll take a 2-run lead over a 1-run lead. Yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
huge run. That's a huge run.
Especially if a team hasn't scored a single run. Like anyone can hit a solo shot anytime.
Yeah.
JBJ can hit a solo shot. One of the worst hitters in the league. Hit 2 ever since our last episode. A lot of people are saying JBJ is back or welcome back on the JBJ. I've seen this story one too many times. It's a roller coaster with him. You take his defense, you love the defense. Obviously, we talked about this. We just hammer this point home every single episode. What point does the defense not make up for the offense, or lack of offense not make up for the defense? Maybe this is him kind of turning back. What I want to see from him, instead of just all these home runs, like, hey, home run, pretty good. What can you do besides an off home run here and there? Can you get a single? Can you get a late game double? Can you get an RBI here and there? Like, yeah, like you can, like I just said, you can hit a home run just out of the blue randomly. But once you get a consistent bat in the ball, get it on base, whether it's walks, whether it's hit by pitch, hit small hits, take a couple bases, get your confidence up. I think you literally just, for JBJ, he has to get on base, kind of have more of an in-game scenario offensively, and then maybe that confidence will translate to better offense or something. I don't know. I was trying to think about that.
I'd like to see his stat with JBJ. I'd like to see more runs scored than RBIs. I'm not really concerned, especially with his speed.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit a home run, you get around the bases, but your speed isn't benefiting the team as much, or what you bring to the table if you hit that, like you said, that off random solo shot. I want you to get on base. I mean, for him especially, I would trade 2 singles, I guess, over a home run. I don't know. It might sound weird, but I'd like to see him get on base and effectively people drive him in or start using it, mess with the pitcher, have him throw over, get him throwing more pitches. I mean, there's so much that comes with having a guy like him on base. And not that I want him to quit hitting home runs, but I want to see his runs category outweigh his RBI.
You can even look, if you always want to go to the Classic, but he had a wicked good ALCS. He had 3 home runs, or I think the only 3 hits in his series. He had no singles, no doubles or anything like that. It was just 3 huge clutch hits. Obviously, I'm not going to take anything away from that. But he didn't get a single hit the rest of the whole series. And he won ALCS MVP because he came through 3 times.
Well, I think you said it. I think you said it earlier, Tyler. Consistent. He needs consistency. So, like you said before, we've seen this to where he's hitting real well for 2-3 weeks, and then he just goes on this huge slump, and then it's just like an up and down wave. So I think he needs consistency, but I'm not going to complain about the home runs. I love it. I love seeing him hit
Keep
over
doing those.
Hitting over 200 is awesome. So I can't complain there. So I'm pretty happy right now. But like you said, consistency. It would be nice to see this keep going. So we'll see.
If he can get up to 250, 265, so I think he's at like 211 right now, 209 batting average. If he gets up to that 208, so if he gets up to that mid 200s and maybe even a little bit over of it, now he's starting to really contribute to the team. Now he's really starting to be an effective bat. Right.
Yeah, you can factor that not even the whole season. Like 208 is his whole season's batting average. But like as of late, he's probably hitting high 2, low 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all an ebbs and flows type of game, obviously.
As long as we keep winning, I expect JBJ to stay consistent too. I feel like the Red Sox winning, it plays a role in his confidence.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
The more you win, the more the team's going to end up coming together.
And we were on a roll in the playoffs, too. I think that played a role in it as well. He hit the 3 home runs. So let's just hope he stays consistent.
Well, how they're pitching to him as well. If you guys are struggling, you're taking out starting pitchers. If the Red Sox are hitting well, scoring a lot of runs, starting pitcher gets out, they're just trying to get out of inning. They're throwing more fastballs to JBJ. He's able to turn on those a little more. It's all interconnected in a way that you don't see, right off the bat. It's kind of like a butterfly effect, really. But I agree. When the Sox are winning, he's winning.
Yeah, there's some form of correlation. So every time he goes up to the plate, though, defense puts on a crazy shift. I'm not sure if you guys caught this, but do you see that like Carpenter on the Cardinals? He like hit a bunt against the shift and got a double out of it. Why he's fast enough to do something like that? Why not get on base? Like we were saying, just get something, get literally the bat on the ball. It doesn't have to be a hit, be that wide open third base side, bunt it that way, and try to stretch a double out of it. There's no reason not to if you're hitting 6.
I say that all the time too, because most of the time, the majority of the time, they put the shift on him, so he has it wide open right there. I'm like, just bunt it down the line and you're good.
That's one of my most frustrating things with baseball. I understand, but that you're going up there swinging, but there is nothing keeping you in the restraint of you have to swing. Just stick that bat out and put it down the line. I mean, it's as good as any in the scorebooks. It all
is a
looks
hit,
like a
no
rope.
matter what. Yeah,
it all looks like a rope. Who cares? And that's the beautiful thing about that too. I mean, he's got the speed, obviously, but you don't even need to have the speed. Like they're putting shifts on people that, fat guys pulling the ball. Even those dudes, put the damn bunt down. What did we lose how to do that? I don't know, but
well, his average is now at 207 because he just got out. So
did he bunt? Probably not.
Hell yeah!
Did you see the video like circulated? I think like 2 weeks ago. It was like a no hitter, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, and the dude laid down a bunt and got a single out of it. Are you pro that move or just like
yes?
Yes, I'm pro.
Yes.
Yeah,
pro.
Anything that you can do to break up a no hitter, and you're the guy that does it.
100%.
It doesn't matter. You just screw that guy over on a bunt.
Yeah. Right.
This might be the only thing that you people have agreed with me on. I'm pro everything anti like traditional baseball rules. Like everyone's making a big deal. I was like, oh, you gotta go down swinging, blah blah blah. I'm like, Dude, you're about to get no hit. Might as well just throw it on a bunt. Like,
No,
who
I'm
cares?
Did
100%.
Mr. 3000 try to go and swing for the fences?
No.
No, he laid down the bunt. He took the
Great
L,
movie.
he hit the RBI, and he's
That is a
Mr.
great movie.
2,999. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do for the team.
That's
Yeah,
a
Dude, there's
great
27 outs. 27 outs. Okay. Every single one is going to be just as hard as the first. Number 27, you have to put just as much work into the first out.
Strategy. It's a strategy. It's a
Yeah.
strategic game. So you got to do what you got to do.
I would say you'd have to put even more work because they've already seen your pitches. If it's,
Right.
you know, they've seen your pitches, what, 3 times at that point, maybe
Yeah.
twice. So
And you're
Yeah.
letting me bunt. You're showing me that you don't really care about your no-hitter because you're letting me bunt and get on. So clearly you don't care. So I might as well just get on base, right?
that is pretty crazy, though.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of good pitching performances, David Price, been a stud lately, obviously minus the Father's Day game. He's probably been the Sox best starter. Alex, if you want to touch on the Father's Day game, I know you were there. You got was it the Father's Day? Wait, what game
No,
did you go?
No, it wasn't.
No, I wasn't at the Father's Day game.
It was
'cause I
the
in
series
Baltimore.
finale versus the Rangers. Right?
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So
I wasn't with you, so I didn't know.
I was at the game where they got their second win to start this 6-game winning streak. We went down early. At one point, I think in the second inning, we were down 6-1.
Price
We
was
did-
pitching that game, right? Though.
No, not sure who was pitching.
All right, so that transition just got absolutely punted. But anyways, you want to talk about your game?
Screw you, Ty. I wasn't there.
No. So, anyways, I think that game was huge because one, it kept the winning streak going at 2, and I think we needed to really take 2 out of 4. Texas is a team that's I think one less win than us right now. We need every home game win. You can't lose 3 out of 4 at home. So to go down early, 6-1 in the second inning, the Sox have been starting that way a lot of games. I feel like some of the starting pitching is either really pitching really well, or they just let a lot of runs early. So to see them come back and win that game was amazing. And now it's turned into what was a 2-game winning streak to a 6-game winning streak. So that game was a lot of fun to be at.
I haven't caught a Sox game this year. I've just been busy outside of that. But when you guys go to games, is the atmosphere, despite like the Sox, I guess,
Great.
inefficiency to win, like there's still a lot of people there. Like it's still almost sold out every time. There's still people that are like chanting, or is there more uproar, more protest, I guess you could call it, towards the team?
The game I went to last week, everyone gets excited, but the game I went to
it's an
last
event.
week, it was not a good game at all. They lost to the Rangers, and it was just like they were getting booed off the field in the 9th inning and stuff like that because the bullpen blew it, of course. But yeah, I mean,
Not
if they're
talking
not
about
playing
that.
good, if they're not playing good baseball, the fans are still going to be there. But all they're going to do is boo. If
Yeah.
Boston fans don't like the way they're playing, they're just going to boo.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it is here.
And
Spiky, I'm sure you've seen that at Pat's games. I doubt you're one of the people booing because they'll be playing in February. But crazy Pats fans, no matter what.
I mean, so you said that comeback 6-1, right? Like what inning did they? I don't even know what the hell's going on half the time. What inning did they start coming back that game?
Like the 4th, something like that.
In the
Pretty
4th or
early.
something like that.
Yeah, they got like 2 runs here, 3 runs in the next inning, I think. Something
See,
like
that's the
that.
quantity
No,
thing
so
we're
they,
talking
so
about.
they came back. No, they came back in the second. They made it 4-6. Price actually did pitch that game, Tyler.
There
He
we
pitched
go.
1.1 innings.
Yeah, I knew you at the
runs.
game. He got
So,
chilled.
yeah.
All right.
No, but you kept
Not
saying Father's
crazy.
Day, so I was confused. But no, so it was the second inning. They made it 4-6. And then in the later innings, the 4th, I think, was the 4th, 5th, and 7th, they scored runs. So, yeah, you're right, Spike King. They came back pretty early.
But my whole take on this was just that, for fans, they have the right to boo. You have the right. Like same thing would say the Celtics, man. They lose 4 straight. You should have every right to boo them off the court. You shouldn't be losing like that. But the thing that pisses me off more is if you boo when it's the 9th inning, I respect you because you stayed the entire game. The thing that pisses me off is the people that leave early. So that's why I asked about the 6-1 because I was going to say if they came back later in the game, all those people that end up leaving super early. I've seen that at Pats games. They're down, especially on the road, they get blown out. All these Pats fans start leaving. You never know about comebacks. So that's my thing about, you could be vocal for a team, but be in the stands and do it. Don't be a keyboard warrior.
Yeah, that makes total. Like my rule, if I go to a game, I never leave, no matter what. Even if a Boston team's blowing them out, or we're getting absolutely rocked. Like you paid money. A, B, it's a thing that you go to as like a night out. Why you are going to want to like end the night early to quote unquote beat traffic, but you're still gonna get caught in traffic because everyone's thinking the same way. You bunch of morons. But like either way. You're going to a game if you're gonna like vocalize your opinion, like you just said. Stay at the stadium. Show your loyalty. What's
great too is I just posted this on my Instagram, and I just found this on somewhere. I don't want to give my secrets. And the 2000, it was December 12th, 2000, and the title was the former Boston Globe. It said Loserville. Think about Loserville, 2000, where we are in 2019. 4 championships for the Red Sox. Since then. 04, 07, 13, and 16. Or whatever, 17, whatever. Yeah, close. So, I got Ortiz on my mind, man. Get well, Poppy. So, because this was last season, 16. So, I'm just saying that we're so used to winning. We're so used to this. Every fan has the right to boo. Every fan. It sucks to be at the top one year and then you're in last place the next year. Up next year. This is the Red Sox. They're inconsistent every single year. They're just inconsistent. We are so born into this greatness. If they suck, let them know they suck. Me, when it comes to Patriots, it's a different story because don't ever doubt. Like we've won so many times. Like it's a completely different story when the playoffs every single year. But if the Red Sox like look at Al Horford now. I mean, this is not even MLB talk, but the Celtics are diminishing. You have every right to fucking go out there and boo Danny H, boo management. You have every right to do whatever you got to do when it comes down to the Sox.
Yeah. Any other like Sox things that we missed over the past week before we transition to the rest of the MLB? Because I have a take. Manny Machado, who's suspended 1 game. So was the umpire Angel Hernandez?
I don't think so. No, it starts with a W. I think his last name did.
Well, either way, umpires are the worst group of people in the I umpired Little League Baseball. Worst job I've ever had. Everyone just yells at you. No matter what, you don't get paid a lot of money. Worst thing I've ever done in my life. But it was like 14. MLB umpires are the most like Vineyard Vines frat boy type of people that would know their rules are the rules. Whatever they say goes. They have a smirk every time they chuck some out of the game. They power hungry people. They think
the smirk
see them
kills me.
I hate MLB umpires more than I don't know. I hate a lot of things. MLB umpires off the top of that list. Absolutely. Every single time there's a questionable call, their rules go. I think it was the day that what's that Tigers pitcher that lost a no-hitter because of
oh my God, Giolotti or Giulotti or
yeah, because Joe West, that's his name, I think, the big fat guy.
With the mustache.
Yeah, the worst human on the planet.
Father of umpires.
Dude,
yeah,
that guy
who thinks that people pay tickets to go to the Joe West show just because he's wearing the cage behind the mask. MLB umpires, I don't think I can say enough bad things about him. If you're suspended, like Machado, also not a good person, kind of a jerk. I understand why you toss him from games, but when Benintendi gets tossed from a game just for the most minor criticism, and then the umpire after, as soon as he tosses him, gives him got you smirk, or oh, look at me, I just tossed Andrew Benintendi and changed the outcome of the game because I'm wearing the MLB logo, the MLB patch.
A power trip.
Especially as an ump, you shouldn't be happy about getting a product off the field.
Yeah, and you have so much paperwork to do after that game because you tossed them after the game. Congrats, you're working overtime tonight.
And what makes you happy? Oh, I got you out of the game. I know what makes them happy. It's the fact that the spotlight was on them. But somebody's got to be telling them from the top down, dude, keep our players on the field. What are you doing?
Especially because MLB struggles to grow so much. If you're going to see the Manny Machados, the Andrew Benintendis, the Bryce Harpers of the world just get tossed in the game just for a little back and forth with the umpire, that's unbelievable.
I mean, the NFL is always addressing the referee thing, and the NBA practically lets their players get away with murder. Traveling is not even a thing in the NBA anymore. They're just running down the court with the ball in their hand.
It was Bill Welke who tossed Machado out. Umpire Bill Welke.
All right,
And
Bill Welke, I know you're an avid Sox and 4 listener.
Yeah.
Go kick rocks.
Shout out Bill
Like,
Welke.
you were the worst. And they're all old. Like, yeah, there's very few. Like,
They need a
young-
youth movement.
young
They
guys.
need a youth movement.
But who
Yeah.
would want to grow up to be an MLB umpire just to get yelled at and be like, oh, maybe you get to be on TV? I know NFL refs get a pretty good chunk of change. NBA refs are kind of middle of the road. I'm not sure where the MLB ref salary is, umpire salary is, because A, it's such a long season, B, long games. And like, why would you want, like, maybe this is, obviously it's not a dying industry. There's always going to be umpires. But the talks of like in minor league games, Brandon brought it up. Shout out Brandon, TBT. He said like the electronic strike zones are going to be worked out in the minor league.
Mhm.
Maybe that could go away.
$120,000 for a salary for a
How
MLB
much?
ump. Only 120,000 when they start out, and senior umps can earn up to 300,000. And I think that's not
Hey,
any
Joe
money.
West.
take that.
Nothing.
Joe West.
I'll take that shit all day long, though. To be,
I
to
actually don't think that's a lot of money. I think that's
but
for
to
what they have to
be
do.
an MLB umpire is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're always old.
You're
dude.
not.
You're traveling around, just going to Major League Baseball games, and they're paying you a doctor's salary at $300K.
How do you even
Hell
get
yeah.
to MLB umpiring? Like,
You should have stuck with it at 14. I
I
feel like that's the only way.
Dude,
You
if
You
I
gotta
definitely
be.
can't. You definitely can't have a Red Sox tattoo. That's for sure.
Yeah, no. Like, I know for some industries, you can't even have like a state tattoo on you, like, because it shows a bias.
Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I agree with what you're saying, Tyler. Especially with Benintendi with just mouthing off a little bit. It wasn't even much. But with
He yells at
Machado,
himself all the time too.
but with Machado, he mouthed off for quite a bit, and
Yeah.
then also threw his bat to the backstop. Just not even concerned about safety, I think, was more of the issue why they ejected him. But I mean, I'm not saying I totally agree with it, but I think him throwing his bat was really the reason why he got
Yeah,
ejected.
I agree.
Yeah,
with
once
the
you
whole
start getting
Machado.
physical and
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that Machado
Yeah.
should have been tossed because I saw like the video and everything, but like it was more just umpires. Like, yeah, they totally were in the right there. I'll give them that. But the Benintendi thing, don't think that was the right call.
That's a
it
joke.
does depend, though. We don't know. Did he Benintendi might have been mumbling shit under his breath up at the plate. You know, I don't know what inning this
Yeah,
happened.
he could have given him a warning prior to that and just said, "Don't do that again."
Yeah,
Like, just
don't do that again.
Yeah.
Benintendi does it again. I mean, then at that point, can you blame him? Then it's like,
There-
well, I told you, son. You know?
There is a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't really see. Like,
Yeah.
Spike King said he could have warned him once or twice. We don't really know.
It was Angel Hernandez who threw him out, right?
Oh, I knew it. I hate that.
No. Wait, I thought it was Bill Welke.
No, that's Machado. He threw out Machado.
Ah.
Who
I
threw
knew
out- who
this
threw
was
out
involved in
Benintendi?
something. Angel Hernandez is the worst umpire in the entire ML league. Unbelievably bad. I could do it better. Like, and people's like, oh, why don't you go do it? Pay me $300,000 to do Angel Hernandez's job, and I will do it miles better than he does. The dude stinks. In the World Series, they got the what? I think it was 3 calls in like 3 innings that got overturned because he messed up. Like, I get 1 here and there, but 3 in a row, dude.
You know who Angel Hernandez is? He's the Scott Foster
Satan?
of baseball.
Yeah, he is. Tony Brothers, Scott Foster.
Just one of the worst umps in baseball.
Did you guys see the video of like the Little League
Yeah.
catcher? He
Yep. Oh yeah, that video.
Yeah,
like,
that's funny.
it was that was the most obvious ball of all time, call the strike, and then the catcher throws it down, gets tossed. The kid's like 11, throws the mask at the umpire, gives him the double birds walking out. So I was a kid playing catcher. That'd be me.
Just going off Angel Hernandez, I just wanted to throw out a Google search on him. He literally has on his Wikipedia incidents in notable games, and it's just like it's like 20 different things.
Jesus, man.
Roll for 45
During,
minutes.
during the 2016, 17, and 18 season, Hernandez's calls at first base were overturned 14 out of 18 video reviews. He had a 78% turnover rate, exceeding the 60% turnover rate, overturn rate that they have for the first base calls during that time. Just to show you how shitty he is. It just
Yeah.
goes to Wikipedia.
He's the Nathan Peterman to like
Hey.
MLB umpires. to
Leave
QB.
Peterman out of this. All right, Peterman is a great guy.
Yeah, great
Baseball
guy,
Scott
terrible
Foster.
quarterback. I don't know. I had to get that off my chest.
he
It's not a
averages-
regret to have.
He averages 19 incorrect calls a game, or 2.2 per an inning.
He
Or when
had
it comes down to
two
strike
wrong-
zone.
What?
Oh, I
2.2 an inning.
I thought you meant like outs.
Practically
Like,
the
oh,
whole
no.
inning.
Like for when he's upping, like for
Yeah, yeah.
behind the plate, behind the plate.
I was like,
even
what the
then, you
hell?
messed up 2 pitches. in an inning. But,
Yeah.
Damn,
Hey.
I'm stealing every time if he's like the second base hump.
yeah.
I'm always safe.
God. All right, Angel Hernandez, I know you're also listening. Get a new career, dude. You stink at your
Dude, that's ridiculous. The NBA or the MLB has to look at that and be like, dude, what are you? You should have as an umpire, you should be so ghostly. Nobody even knows you're there.
What's
Yeah,
the retirement age?
The best compliment you can get is if, like, you don't get a compliment at all. You don't say
Yeah,
the refs are good.
I didn't
you
even
don't
know
say the
you
refs
umped
are
that
bad.
game.
Be like, oh, that was just a normal game.
The retirement age is however old Joe West is.
Even then,
Yeah.
it's like another 10 years. Also, like, this is totally off topic. I don't get how golfers retire. Like, when you retire, you go play golf.
Yeah.
Like, when someone says, I'm going to retire, like, Tiger Woods is going to retire.
That's like
eventually.
a shower thought right there. Like they have Reddit shower thoughts. It's
Yeah.
like, what do
Yeah.
golfers do when they retire?
I don't know, pick up a
That was a
9 to
chicken
5
or,
job or
chicken or
something.
the egg question.
Yeah. Yeah, Tiger Woods is gonna be working at like your nearest Dunkin' Donuts 9 to 5 every day when he's all 85 years old. Anyways, and then Adam, I said this is another thing that I think we're gonna have a heated debate about. College World Series going on. Probably the,
Oh
the
my,
wild-
you're 100%.
the
Oh my.
wildest part of the
Jeez.
College World Series isn't the errors costing games, isn't the walk-off home runs, the drama involved. It's the fact that these basically the same age as MLB players are just absolutely just hitting rockets with aluminum bats instead of wooden bats. I, for one, love the idea.
Here it is. Yeah. Of course he fucking loves it.
Why not just
Of
send
course.
a 150
Jesus.
mile per hour line drive right back at the pitcher, wake him up a little bit. He's like, hey, if you don't want that, don't let me hit it. The dude's just cranking the ball off each other. Like, people are just crushing home runs probably because they have like a corked wiffle ball bat. Things are rockets.
So why not then give major leaguers metal bats?
They should.
I mean,
100%.
no. Oh
yes.
my
No.
They should
God.
do at least
Yeah.
No.
derby with
Cork-
them. I would
Cork-
easily
at least cork bats.
instead of like the extra point
Okay.
ball, I think they did a couple years ago. They should do like, all right, you get like, well, I think you get 10 outs or whatever per thing, or that's what it used to be. Now it's timed, but for like the last minute, you should just get an aluminum bat and just like underhand toss, like 750-foot home run.
If I can't have steroids in baseball, I want aluminum bats in baseball.
Buddy, I'm on the
We want home runs. We want dingers. We want
We want
elbows.
steroids with aluminum bats.
I'll maybe give you corked bats. Maybe.
Or-
Maybe.
Or
But
it's
probably
like
not.
you get an aluminum bat, but you can only use it twice in the game. Like
Yeah.
one like something crazy. Like a
That's
power up.
great.
Like a power
actually
up like
kind of
backyard
great.
baseball.
Yeah, that's another part of strategy of the game. for all
Dude,
those-
that's actually kind of good.
Yeah, and he's like, hold on, now checking in Jackie Bradley Jr. Or like when in wiffle ball, you have the massive bat or like the small yellow ones. It's like we used to play that when I was growing up. There was one, I think, like you had the opportunity to use the big bat like once an inning, and every time that big bat was coming up, I was like, here it comes.
Automatic
Here
home
it
run.
Yeah.
If you see Mike Trout coming up to the bait,
With an aluminum bat.
yeah, with
That's
this thing,
cool.
like everybody just third base just might as well get out of the way in case he ropes one.
There's got to be some kind of like new line in the outfield, though. If it doesn't go past that line on a fly, like you're automatically out. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Checks
like an
and
automatic
balances.
ground out. Like if it's a grounder, it's an automatic out.
Yeah, checks and
I agree.
balances.
Am I
That's
the
what we
only
need.
one pro aluminum bat in college?
Yes. Realistically, unless we're going with this weird bad idea, realistically, yeah.
Yeah, only because I say they should have wooden bats just because it should be prepping them for the MLB. They
Yeah.
shouldn't just go from aluminum to like wood. It makes no
And
sense.
they have a real shot at being in the MLB. I mean, they're already in college. They're at the
Yeah.
level now where you're about to. I can understand high school. I don't really understand it, but I can see the argument made for high schoolers having aluminum. But
Freshman
college,
high
like,
Scrawny.
yeah,
So
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have a question off this before I make my statement. The reason they have aluminum bats, anyways, is because of the money. But I have a question: is this the biggest difference between college and major league sports? Now I'm talking like the basketball, like
Yes.
the NBA and 3-point
Yes.
line, the
Yes.
difference in college overtime or
Yes.
in the hash lines.
have you ever hit with a metal bat or a wood bat? I mean, have you done that? It's the most ridiculous
Totally
comparison.
different.
It's nothing the same. I mean, if you don't connect with a ball on an aluminum bat and you get jammed up a little bit, you can muscle it out there. But if you're a scrawny dude or you're just not really an athlete who's going to go pro or whatnot, and you give them a wood bat, that shit is breaking and you're out, son. All right. So, but if you give him a metal bat, now he looks like Derek Jeter.
But here's the thing. Are you finding these games entertaining? Are you loving that they're roping these balls everywhere, hitting dingers and just scoring a lot of runs?
No. Who watches the College World Series? Who the hell watches the College World Series?
Well, you guys must have, right?
I like the College World Series.
We have a baseball podcast. You know, we get it. We get it. But no one else is watching it.
Actually, this could be a very super lukewarm take, but the Little League World Series is the most entertaining form of baseball, like, and the planet.
Absolutely.
I will watch.
I love
it. Games in like a random MLB game because you know these kids aren't 13 years old. When 7'3", 200-pound.
I am 12
from Venezuela.
I am 12.
Yeah, it's the most mind. Like, there is no way this kid who has a beard, like probably mortgage, he's not 14 years old.
No. Bro, I played with Kyle Schwarber in high school though, and he was like a man, like a little.
Them are on the same team.
What's that?
On the same team or against them?
No. He was our rival team.
I was gonna say, how have we never talked about this?
No, yeah. He was our rival team. He was in my high school conference, and he was kind of a shorter, but just like a bulk dude. I gave up a home run to him one time, and it hit the highway wall behind the fence.
Was he using a wooden bat?
No, hell no. He had aluminum, motherfucker. I'd strike him out now, though.
I was gonna say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at pitching?
I mean, I topped out at like 83. So
was that before or after you had the Skyline chili?
No, my pre-sports snack was Apple Jacks. Shout out Apple Jacks. They got me right.
Every single time. So I played like AU basketball my whole life, and every single time I'd have to have a pack of Skittles before the game. I couldn't tell you why. Like
beast mode.
Yeah.
Beast mode.
Maybe that's why, actually. They're like a subconscious.
That probably is why.
Me and Marshawn Lynch have a lot in common when people think.
Yeah.
Minus the athletic talent, the hair, the fun stories, punching someone, driving around a golf cart. We're basically the same guy.
The difference is that you would have ran it on the tube.
Yeah, the difference is I would be having a Super Bowl hero moment. All right. Other thoughts on whether we should bring these death sticks up to the plate in college?
Well, like, even at the Little League level, just think, like, it's like these bats are still evolving too. Like, they started off as like aluminum,
and then barrel.
Now they're the composite 5,000.
It went to composite, and now it's like who the heck knows what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But
it sounds wood. Like, hey, here we're gonna give you metal bat, and we're gonna make it sound like wood.
I think it's ridiculous too, and it's like these kids in the Little League field now, they can like hit home runs on a friggin' ball that would be a pop up with a wood bat.
I get it for the little kids. I understand it though for them, because at that point, if you're giving them wood bats and these kids are hitting little chunkers, you're not really playing the game of baseball, because you're eliminating the entire outfield. These kids aren't going to hit it out there. So I get putting metal bats in their hands and spreading the ball around a bit, but that shit should be cut off 14 tops. You're done. When you're a freshman in high school, you're done. Go to the weight room. I mean, you really shouldn't be like throwing up weight till you're like 17, 18. But work on agility and bat quickness and all that type of shit, and it'll be fine. You'll be fine with a wood bat for the 15, 16, 17 until you start hitting the weights.
Yeah, but in high school, there's some high schools out there that they have like a bunch of Bryans on their team that don't know how they're playing, and they need aluminum bats to actually like play. Yeah, I think that maybe like an AAU, like there should be, you're playing at a higher level than high school. Yeah, it's definitely higher level, like the AAU or something like that.
Does AAU? That's true. AAU use wooden or?
I still play in AAU, and it's like it's crazy because it's like every single game we show up to, we got to ask our coach, hey, do you want us are we using metal or aluminum this game? It'll be like, oh, it's wood bat only. Personally, for me, I just like to use my wood bat, but it's like you can use whatever you want pretty much. It's kind of ridiculous.
Dude, kids love doing it. When you
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
go on. My take sucks. You're up.
All right. Well, I have an unbelievable one. You want to land on the other side of the coin. So I just said Little League World Series is the best form of baseball, and I'm taking that back instantly. So men's league softball, that takes the cake. Like, and I'm not even kidding. There's so my family and I, we run like this basketball league for the past like decade, and there's these two courts, and right next to the courts is a softball field, and every single like weekday, men's league softball plays, and there's fist fights. There's people dropping the bats. There's old dudes getting just line drives off the
Beer chugging.
face. Absolutely, everyone's like hammered by the second inning. It's the best. It's literally baseball, except drunk old people thinking that their church league softball is gonna just make or break their MLB days. It's awesome. It's like I will actually sit down and watch an entire men's league softball game. They're unbelievable.
They get heated. They get super heated,
Oh,
man. When it gets down to like the sixth inning and you the way you're an illegal pitch and you just bomb one out there, miscommunication in the outfield because you know there's gonna be some sloppiness going on. You're yelling at each other. It's great. I love it. I mean, and people hanging on to their glory days, and you have people on your team that absolutely sucks, and you just need them on your team, like you need a girl on your team because you know. No offense to the girls out there. I mean, I suck. Trust me. I was terrible at softball, and I'm terrible at sports. But you always have that one person on the team that absolutely sucks, and everyone hates you. I love it. It's drama. We love drama.
Do you know what the best line I've ever heard? Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. So the men's league thing I just talked about, it's like a church league. So like all the surrounding churches, and then there was a fist fight in the church league.
What?
And they were walking off. They were breaking up.
No,
the fight.
Father Tom, get off him.
Yeah, no. Listen, so they were breaking up the fight. They were walking off, and then this huge guy he decided to scream across the fields, like, "How are you going to preach Jesus Christ to me when you can't even preach it to your own team?" And I was in absolute tears.
What a singer. Dude,
Like,
you got to go home after that.
God, just go do a couple Hail Marys at home.
I honestly couldn't really imagine trying to catch like a deep major league fly while drunk. I don't think I could do that.
Or just running to first.
True.
I don't know. Yeah.
I will say this, wait, before we go, softball though, girls softball, college softball is actually entertaining.
They have unreal chance. Like, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel great. I just crossed home plate.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody says it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm ripping my shirt off in the living room and shit.
Take
Like,
that
I feel
apart.
that. Like the WNBA, I can't get behind. I'm sorry. Women's soccer, love it, but softball is actually like there's not as big a gap, I guess, like in terms of entertainment value. You're still getting the home run, the blast, and all that kind of thing. I don't know. For me, that's a personal opinion. All right, you fucking judge me, Dylan. I see you looking at me like that. Dude. All right, moving on.
Oh, one more thing. This is gonna be super off. I mean, we're already off the rails. Why not? We are spiking. Who cares? So this could be controversial. I don't know. What happens if like a woman athlete gets pregnant? Like out for 9 months, not torn ACL, not torn Achilles, not everything. Just I'm growing a child inside.
That happened to somebody, didn't it? Didn't that happen to a soccer player? And I think she came back. She in her off season or something. She was like it kind of aligned or something, and then she was back out there once she was done, which is kind of ridiculous.
There was an Onion article, like this is a satire website, obviously, and I took it to heart. I think I was like 15 when I read it, and I thought it was the funniest article I've ever read in my life. It was like this lady in the WNBA, forgot her name, but she was this could be bad, but she was like, oh. Like
He doesn't want to say it.
All right, this is all. Let me just preface this.
Should you even say this if it's taking you this long?
Like we took a. She was like, "Oh, she actually lost a kid in like Game 6 of the finals," and I believed the whole story. I told all my friends about it. I didn't know it was a satire website. She took a record-setting 7 charges in one game. Like, oh my
god, that is not.
All right, so if you're not mad at me yet, then like, hey, I didn't write it. I just read it. I'm just reiterating the story. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm sorry, but
Oh, the Onion.
All right, back to your regularly scheduled baseball program. The Cincinnati Reds, Adam, talk about them. How they looking?
Dude, well, right now we just won beat the Astros last night. We're up on the Astros 3-0 right now. We split, or no, actually the Rangers came into town right after they got done with the Sox and beat up on the Reds a bit. We smacked them around the last game, but dude, we're not in last place anymore.
I know. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
How about it?
Coming
Dude,
up from the basement.
You know what's crazy too is the Reds' run differential. This is why I don't understand why they're so far back as they are. I know it's because the Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals. I get it; they're good teams, but our run differential is plus 69. We're outscoring people by 69 runs.
No, it's plus 39.
Plus 39. That's right. But whereas you look at the Pirates, it's like minus 71.
77.
77.
But what's crazy though, like where you were going was Milwaukee's plus 10, and they're
There it
7
is.
games ahead of you. That's
Yeah.
where you're going with that. You
doesn't
guys
make
are.
sense.
That's crazy.
We're and if you look at per 9 innings, MLB leaders in strikeouts, Stros are at 10.1. They're the leader for per 9 innings of strikeouts. The Red Sox are right behind them at 10 for 9 innings. And then right behind the Sox are the freaking Cincinnati Reds with 9.8. So our pitching is there. Our pitching is outstanding. It's just we've lost more 1-run games than probably any team in baseball.
You play in a close division too. You have really good Milwaukee, Chicago, even St. Louis isn't too bad. So it's a tough
They're always
division.
competitive.
Yeah, it's a tough division. And like you said, was it a few podcast shows ago? They are the closest within last place, where the average last place team is 17 games or something.
17. And we were only 5 at the time, I think, when I said that. Now it's 8. But yeah, that stat boggled my mind too. So I don't know. We'll see about the Red. If they go on a streak, they could be a playoff team and they could do damage. But they need to start winning the games. What the Red Sox are doing is winning the games that they're supposed to. Cincinnati's not doing that. They're not winning the games they should be winning.
Tough strategy to follow right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring out a few more things. We're kind of going long here. So Braves take the NL East lead after McCutchen kind of leaves Philly. I'm not sure if there's any correlation. I'm not sure. Really, Harper hasn't done a ton this year. Like, I'm sure he'll make the All-Star game because he's Bryce Harper. But I don't know. Braves kind of look legit. They just got Keuchel, right? Yeah, they just got Keuchel.
Good team.
Things that are up in the up. That's talking Braves. Max Scherzer takes the ball off the face. Broke his nose. They just confirmed it during the show.
I didn't see that. Is there a video of that somewhere?
I didn't see it either, but
it was during bunting practice. I think it's big because Washington plays 7 games in the next 6 nights. So if he has to take a few extra days to heal up, then him being out is significant for them. They also, they're down. I think they're 4th in their division. So it's huge. It's a huge loss.
They currently have a record of 33-38. This honestly might shut them down even more. They may have to go into rebuild mode too at the end of the season.
And like I said 2 podcasts ago, when Kutchen went down and he's out for the season, I called the Braves to win this division. I still think they are. They're winning it by 3 games right now. Philly just looks 500 ball right now. I know they're not playing that way, but the last 10 games they are. So it's going to be tough to compete with really Philly, the Braves, and although the Mets aren't up there, they're still ahead of Washington. So
I think you're right. I think the Braves are a better team than the Phillies. The only thing that concerns me is going down the stretch. The Phillies are freaking stacked. They've got so many players on there. They've got a legitimate starter and Jake Arrieta. Once you start getting to playoff time, I think some of that's going to play into it. So if the Braves can hold up, I do think they're already the better team, and it should be their division. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies take the wild card in the NL.
Yeah, the Phillies are definitely they're stacked, like you said. Like I expected them. They should have a way better record right now than they do.
But they'll be there. They're going to be competitive. So it's a matter of do they it's going to be that kind of Goldilocks zone. Do they start winning or do they start losing? It's kind of what the Sox are in right now. The same kind of. They're all in the teams that could be great.
Exactly.
Could be good,
Philly's a new team. I still think this team has way more potential than they do right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Philly wins a championship in the next few years.
Yeah. There's a lot of baseball left this season. It's tough to call, but we'll see.
And then transitioning to the AL West, Altuve coming back. First time since May 10th. Astros obviously going to improve. Judge just came back, right? And Stanton's making his comeback.
Yeah, Stanton's batting 5th tonight, 6th, something like that.
Yeah,
they got
so
5th.
A lot of all-stars coming back into the mix. Oh, I forgot to ask people send DMs because I'm an idiot. But Adam, we need to hear your new lock of the week. Your last one.
Let's talk
looking
about
unbelievable right now.
Before we talk about it, can I just make a proposal? Because I think that you had predicted we would even the series with the Rangers. We'd sweep the Orioles and we go 1-2 against Minnesota. But that's 9
That
days.
is on par right now.
It is.
We're looking good.
Can we end his lock-in? Let's end his lock-in now. Say that he won it, and let's start a new one today because you were 2 days longer.
That's true. And I think I went 2 days longer because I wanted to complete the series with the Twins. I didn't want to leave the people hanging. But I do agree that I'm just saying this is a pretty nice long week. Like
if you took his bets, you're a rich human being right now.
You're doing good. Adam,
all right, let's hear your new one.
Well, the good thing is, okay, so if I look at the schedule, if we're talking about, what is it, the 18th, so we're going 7 days from the 18th to 25th, that means it's going to end. We still have the Twins in there, so I'm going to couple that. I'm going to keep my previous lock of the week. I still think the Sox and the Twins are going to win the next 2 games. It's 1-1 right now, by the way, top 5. But I will, and then I'll shorten this next week, and then from there on out, we'll go 7 days. So this next week right now, they've got 3 games against the Blue Jays and 2 games against the White Sox. Okay, I think that the Sox are going to go 4-1 throughout there. I don't know. See, that's the problem.
That's the lock we need. We can't have. The
Sox are going to lose.
Can you phone a friend? Can we phone a friend?
Yeah, Dylan.
They're gonna lose 1 game to the Jays. All right, and it's gonna be.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's gonna be one. It's gonna be something like. I think it's gonna be the first game or the last game. More so the first game.
Maybe the middle game.
No.
They only play 4 games until.
Shall we look at the pitching matchups real quick?
4 games. Yeah. So 3-1. You're gonna go with 3-1.
And then you have
wait to the 25th. No. I'm going from first Jays to the 25th. The Sox.
Then they face the White Sox, so you have them just
So
breaks off them. Some Sox on Sox crime
during that game. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be podcasting during there. So that one will be a shorter lock. I think they lose the first game to the Jays, but other than that, they win out. That's my lock. Lock it in.
History shows you should probably just bet money line every game now.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up? I just have one. Rest in peace to the Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving, Al Horford. Maybe they'll be more fun, but hey, I said this in the Instagram chat we have. Ride the Wave Media might be responsible for this. We've been preaching the Boston youth movement, and now our oldest guy, I think, is like 17 years old.
Didn't Horford decline like $30 million?
I'm very disappointed because I'm a huge Al Horford fan, and I didn't expect him to all of a sudden be like, yeah, I'm not going to re-sign with the Celtics and everything like that.
Do you think
something's going on there that people don't know about?
Yeah, at least he didn't put us in the Kyrie drama.
Somebody's pissing someone off that the Celtics are not being ran properly. That's all it has to be.
He also could
He
could be using it as leverage too to the Celtics, saying, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go explore my talent somewhere else." And he wants a 4-year deal. He probably wants the Celtics to give him a 4-year instead of a 3-year.
But to do that and miss out on the 30 mil or 25 mil, I think it was.
Tough to say no to 30 million.
Jesus Christ. You got to really have some
He's
balls
definitely
to
gone.
be like, hey, I'm going to play the Celtics on this one.
Yeah. All right, let's go around the table. Alex, any final thoughts?
No, I don't really have any final thoughts. I don't think Adam's lock-in is going to be right.
That is a final thought. Yeah, he doubted him last time. Remember that? That's a lot of games, and he's spot on.
Honestly, the last
It
this week was about the only one I've
I
gotten
think
right.
we sweep Toronto. That's my final thought. We sweep Toronto.
All right,
Okay.
Dylan, how about you?
I think the Red Sox are going to open the doors. I think we're going to sweep Toronto and then sweep Chicago.
Keep
Let's
the win
take
streak
another-
going.
Let's
Wow.
take another 6.
That's
And
a little too
I-
optimistic.
I don't know, but like I think I like the Red
That's not
Sox.
the Dylan we know. Dylan has no optimism for the Sox team.
Dude, I'm ready to see some winning baseball.
Yeah.
All right,
Bruins
Adam, how
and
about you?
Celtics are all done.
Adam,
Oh
anything?
man, I've spoken enough, but I will say this: by the end of this, in the next 2 or 3 podcasts, I'm gonna somehow get this group a can of Skyline chili. Everybody's gonna get one. And we're gonna- We're all
We'll
gonna
do
get together
yeah, we'll do-
like Jesus, and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we'll
some-
do a
do some
24-hour
reviews.
food poisoning review too. And then we will wrap it up with spiking. Any final thoughts about anything, really? I don't care. Go nuts.
So for the remainder of June, counting today's game right now, the 1-1 tie score here in the 5th inning, the Red Sox have 10 games. The Red Sox will only lose 2 more games in the month of June. Counting
Two
the
more in
current
June.
game right now, in the month of June.
Yeah, if they drop one tonight, it's gonna be a hot seat.
Well,
They
you
better
know
start
what?
with their sweep.
You know what? Ride the wave. That's it.
Yeah,
They're
The
gonna.
baseball gods,
By the way.
though, they're hot right now, right? The Sox are hot. The baseball gods won't allow them to stay that hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no
think
way.
that?
Stay hot. You know, Boston is feeling down and out right now in sports. The Bruins lose Game 7. The Celtics organization might fold by next year. And the Patriots don't even start till the end of July. No one cares about the Pats right now. The Red Sox are going to take it over. We're going to lose 2 more games in this month of June. You got to head into July. Everyone's going to be on the Sox wagon heading into the 4th of July and into the All-Star break.
If they do that,
They're going to be the
Spiky,
hottest
you have
team going
to
into the All-Star break. They're going to be the
You have
hottest
to
team.
You have to come back on if they do that, Spike King.
Oh, I'll come right back on. And just say I told you so.
Yeah, I will say. Hey,
Or to
G-
lose 5 straight, and you'll never
See
see
you
me
later.
ever again on here.
hey, GRD said he was gonna hop on 3 times. He's 0 for 3. He's betting
He's 0 for
zeros.
3,
And,
yeah. I said I was going to hop on once, and I'm
yeah,
betting
betting 1,000. Yeah, there we go.
Worse, GRD's
I'm
worse
bunting
than
1,000. I'm bunting.
GRD's worse than Jackie Bradley Jr. right
Where's an
now.
Angel Hernandez? That's right, I said it. All right. Thank you for listening to episode 11. We've been doing this for 11 shows. Feels like way longer, but just keep grinding. Presented by Ride the Wave Media, sponsored by 1-100. Go enter a raffle. Go win a ticket to whatever you want.
I'll take this over here. They have a big raffle coming up. UFC in Vegas in 2 weeks. They're doing the pick for only $24. You have a chance to fly out to Vegas round
free,
trip for free. Well, for $24, round trip. $24, a flight, a hotel, and 2 tickets to UFC in Vegas T-Mobile Arena. That's a good deal. $24 if you use the code Ride the Wave Media at checkout.
Yeah, perhaps. You need to use the code Ride the Wave Media.
Yeah,
Please do
definitely.
that. Perhaps the most slept on part about that offer, you're in Vegas. You're going to Vegas for $24.
For $24, and you have something to do that night, and you're getting flown out there, you have tons of gambling money now.
Yeah.
You have tons of alcohol money. So I think that's a good deal.
More decision money.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Follow us on Ride the Wave Media, Ride the Wave MLB. Obviously, if you've listened to this because the Spike King's on this, you already know about his page. But if not, go follow him at the Spike King. Thanks for hopping on, man. And we will see you guys next week with maybe an undefeated Red Sox team.
They ain't losing. They ain't losing.
There we go. There we go. That's the spirit, boys.
Let's go.
Let's go, Red Sox.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.